And I think it starts. I mean, at Joe's where it starts. Here's what I'd say. People ask me all the time, and I was going to get into this when I talked about Kenny, but I'll preface it here. When people ask me, what do you think of this quarterback? What do you think? It's always after their first year, right? Like they're a rookie.
Yeah.
What do you think of this guy? And I always say, ask me after year 3. Because year 1, almost anybody can sneak up on anybody, and good things can happen.
Yep.
Year 2, maybe they still haven't quite figured you out because you haven't played everybody yet.
Sure.
Right? Like you're still working through AFC, NFC teams. But by year 3, teams know you. Defensive coordinators can plan for you.
Yep.
You've got it figured out or you don't. And sometimes I'll say 3 or 4. Good ones, you'll know at 3. Some you might be like, give me one more year.
Sure.
Joe, like early on, I was like, okay, he played at LSU with some of the most amazing receivers and some of the most amazing talent that you've ever seen. So when he came to the league, I was like, okay, yeah, he's good, he's talented, but I want to see. What do they say? The jury's still out, the verdict's still out.
Sure, yeah.
So I was like, let's wait. And then every year I've been watching him and played against him a couple times, and I wasn't overly sure.
Yeah.
I'm still like, okay, he's good. Don't get me wrong. Watch him Super Bowl. Anytime you get to the Super Bowl, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But now, like in watching him, and maybe because I'm not playing, so I can actually watch him more. That might be as much of what it is. To sit there and actually watch Joe. Joe is one of the elites in the league. Like he's good. His pocket presence. He can move. He can run enough. He's a sneaky good runner.
Yep.
Great decision maker, great throws, and then he got hurt too. So you're like, okay, how's he going to come off the knee? I'm telling you what, I really like. I don't think it's too long till he's in MVP talks. I really believe that, and so I can't say enough about Joe, and it hurts me to say that about a division opponent, but I'm not in the division anymore, so it doesn't matter.
All right, so this is Hellgate Honey Hefeweizen.
Oh, well, honey.
We used all the H's in this one. It's from Kettle House Brewing Company in Missoula, Montana, and this was sent in by Sierra Watson Bunge. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but Sierra and her family are huge Steeler fans out in Montana, out in Yellowstone country. And so they sent in a couple beers.
What if they know the Duttons?
They gotta know.
Okay.
It's everyone's. It's how you grow up and you think everybody in California is like Hollywood. Yeah, it's like that. Everybody in Montana knows the Duttons. And they sent in a couple. One actually was that you had the Otter Water.
Oh, I had that last
New Year's.
2 nights ago.
Yeah. So this is the other one that they sent in. Big fans. And I'll read this from Kettle House Brewing. They said this is...
That was good.
Yeah, it's just from one of their local breweries. Not a beer big drinker, but
a beer big drinker?
No.
You said not a beer big drinker.
Did I? Well, I'm good with these words, bud. Not a big beer drinker.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, see, people think...
You don't have to be a beer drinker to set us beers.
No, but she likes every once in a while likes one. People think I've been drinking too much. I'm just not good at talking. That's
Agreed.
the problem.
Just today, we're tired still.
Yes, dude, I'm so tired right now. All right, so Hellgate has been a perennial favorite in our tap rooms for years. Now available in a can. It's a smooth drinker for those hot summer days. So we've already messed that up because it's the dead of winter.
Yes.
The honey helps boost the alcohol content while also adding a floral banquet to the nose. Yeast is left in the beer to add body, head, retention, and stability. You want to make sure it's stable.
Yes.
As well as a slight haziness. It's 4% and 16 IBU. I'm sorry, 4.8%. What do we think, Ben?
I smell the floral.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, dude. The aeration gets me every time.
And it gets that. No one likes it.
No, dude. The problem is, I have my ears in, so I like whatever it sounds like out here is magnified in my head.
Justin Bryant doesn't like it. He thinks that he was making fun of me this weekend.
Yeah. Well, tell him to start his own show and don't do it.
Mm-hmm. Don't watch my show then, Justin. That's good. That's very, very mild, very smooth.
Yeah.
Not overly sweet.
No. It does taste like it'd be delicious on a hot summer in Montana.
I think anything would probably be delicious in Montana.
You've been to Montana, right? You've been there?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Dude.
Yes.
So
no. Yes.
I would go to Kalispell, Montana once a year.
Okay.
For like when we were on tour, we would always do a show in Kalispell. And it's like
Cowsbell?
Kalispell.
Oh, okay.
And so it's an airport. Its airport has 3 terminals.
Yeah.
And when there's no flights, they just shut the airport down. Yeah. So we were flying out of it and they're like, hey man, you can't be here. It's close. We don't have no flights till 9 o'clock. So we rented a car and went to Glacier National Park and came back. So yeah, Kalispell.
Sometimes you gotta make a road trip.
Yeah. It was great.
I like that. Thank you. Sierra.
Sierra. How would you rate that out of 10?
It was good. 7.
Yeah.
Solid. Yeah, it's good.
Solid. Very good.
It's good. I had a thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of thought?
I don't know. It fleeted away.
Oh,
I just thought of it again.
okay.
We have a friend who I don't really want to give him, a shout out on this podcast.
That's how you know he's a good friend.
Because you don't want him to get a big hit because there's millions watching. But we have a friend, Brendan Conley. Did I say that loud? Who wanted to know. And so if we could have some help out there, because we think we know the answer.
I'll bleep his name just to make him angry.
Oh, man, it's so funny. He asked the question. He posed the question to us on New Year's.
Oh, that's right.